Doing the work is hard. Not doing the work is even harder. Trust me, you don't want to leave anything on the table. Life's too short. And I think everyone's life is too worth not diving in and doing the work. Because once you start making these ahas, you start connecting the dots and you start seeing the patterns in your life, you're like, oh, I do that because of that. Hello and welcome. My name is Gino Barbaro, one of the co-founders of Barbaro 360, and I am here joined by my beautiful co-host, Julia Barbaro, on the Julia and Gino Show.
Gino, it's funny because we sat down today and I feel like all we've been talking about is money lately. Like that's the topic of our conversation. We were up till midnight last night talking about money.
The important question is, my birthday's coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Did you hook me up?
Yes. Laura and I went to the town center and my rule was we're only buying for Dad and Michael because Michael's birthday is as well. But so yes.
Not with a 10-year-old. I don't believe that.
100%. Everything we bought. We did buy lunch and coffee. Yeah.
Well, listen, today's guest is amazing. I picked up his book, Start Thinking Rich. Today's guest is Dr. Brad Klontz. He's a clinical psychologist, certified financial planner, and leading voice in the field of financial psychology. As a New York Times bestselling author and associate professor at Creighton University, Dr. Klontz has dedicated his career to uncovering the hidden beliefs and behaviors that shape our financial lives. His research has been featured in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and CNBC. If you've ever wondered why smart people make poor money choices, Jewel, or how to break generational patterns, this conversation will give you the insight and tools to transform your financial future. Welcome to the show, Dr. Brad. How are we doing?
That's great. My mom wrote that. I thought she did a great job with it, really hyping me up. I mean, you delivered it perfectly. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm the hype man. You know, I got to bring the hype. Well, listen, let's start out by being a little controversial. Start thinking rich. What does that mean to you? When you hear that and you're saying start thinking rich, what does that mean to you?
It's even worse than that. So I don't think I've ever really talked about this on a podcast. And the original title was Stop Being Poor. And so Start Thinking Rich, controversial. I mean, that's even more controversial. Oh my goodness. Like, what are you saying? And really with my thought with the Stop Being Poor is that in itself is a intervention as far as I'm concerned. It's like, wow, what? I was just actually writing a Facebook post as I was getting ready for this. I just went off on a tangent. But, you know, I know people right now personally that I love that are sitting on the porch right now, midday, drinking a couple beers, smoking a cigarette, talking about how the rich man is keeping them down. And that was what I heard growing up. It was the rich man doing this, the rich man doing that. And I was like writing a letter to them on Facebook saying, hey, you know what the rich man's doing right now? Well, first of all, they're at work. Okay, number one. Number two, they're driving a used Toyota, not your brand new F-150 that you leveraged everything to get. They're investing before they're buying cigarettes and beer. And what they're not doing is listening to people telling them that success is impossible because of blah, blah, blah. And I just get so fired up and passionate about that audience because that's where I came from. I grew up lower income, broken family. This is my ninth book, by the way. The rest of them were very therapeutic. I'm a psychologist. And then this one, I was like, all right, so let's say I got somebody who's what we would say in psychology in the action phase of change. So they're ready. They've had enough. You know, I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of all this. Dr. Brad, just give it to me straight. And then I imagine myself getting up and shutting the door because I don't want anyone to hear what I'm about to tell them about what the actual truth is. And that's what I wrote in this book.
I can go so many different directions. The first thing is stop being poor. I love it. But you should have said stop having a poor mindset. Because to me, it's broken down into the poor mindset, the middle class mindset, and the wealthy mindset. And if you can understand what wealthy people do, what their habits and what their outcomes and what their decisions are, a wealthy person sees opportunities in the problems. A poor person's mentality only sees problems in the problems. And I can attest to that as well. I grew up sort of like you did. We had a lot of problems going on. As I saw wealthy people, the distinction I saw was they're doing a lot different kinds of habits, and they're also looking at those problems, but they're learning from those problems and those opportunities. So, I mean, if you want to expand upon that, because I'm sure you must see that every day as well.
Yeah, actually, in the book too, we define poor as a mindset. Mm-hmm. Broke is you have no money. And by the way, I know a lot of broke people who have no money who, after a 3-minute conversation, I'm like, oh, that's a rich person right there. They just don't have the money yet. So for me, it's like, it's totally, totally different. Like broke is a temporary condition, but if you're poor and you have a poor mindset, you're going to be broke forever.